Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here, post-fight, Berto versus Ortiz 2, being joined by Robert Garcia. And Robert, how surprised were you about what happened in the fight between Andre and Victor?
Look, I was more surprised of what. Hey, how you doing? I was more surprised of the way Victor was actually fighting the first 2 rounds. I think he was in control of the fight. He came, him and his team came out with a good game plan, and he was doing everything perfect. He was in control. He was winning. Dropped Berto with a nice straight left that put Berto on the floor. I didn't expect that. Me, like maybe 90% of the people, fans or media, thought Victor was already looking towards the end of his career and already finished for what we've seen in his previous fights. But I was surprised with that. They came up with a good game plan. They were doing actually a good job. It's not like I'm not the person that that you guys could say, oh, I'm saying it because I like Victor. We've had our differences and we haven't been. We haven't talked in years, but I respect that they came out with a game plan, and but Berto comes in, lands a good uppercut, and hurts him and finishes him. It's part of boxing. That's the way boxing is.
That uppercut came out of nowhere. It was like a perfect shot.
Just perfect, man. Perfect, right at the right moment, and it did hurt Victor. A lot of people are telling me that it looked like he didn't want to get up at the last time, but to me he looked hurt. I don't know. I got to go watch the fight on TV and see how it was. See his face, his reactions. But to me, he was hurt. That's what I seen. Seeing it live, I thought he was really hurt.
I was telling a bunch of other people. They were asking me too, like, hey, you were ringside, you saw it. How did Victor look? And I told them, like, man, he looked like a zombie. Like, he looked like he didn't really know where he was, and you could tell his eyes were just like. They were wide open, like there was nothing there.
So Jack Reese did his job. He did the right thing. He's perfect at that. He's seen it and he had to stop it.
Where does Victor go from here? You feel after this happening and then what happened in the Collazo fight and having a career that's been up and down, up and down.
Well, look, we'll see how the ratings were on TV. I'm sure that's one thing that they'll be very aware of. They had a good crowd. So he does have a following, and he does have people that support him. So it all depends on that, and who they want to put him back in with. But if he wants, he's young. He's 29. He still has a few fights left if he wants to. But it would also be recommended for him to not to fight again, especially against killers like the ones we have at the welterweight division. Maybe get a couple more fights just to get nice paydays. That's possible. His ratings are good, and people pay to watch him. So maybe that'd be the smart thing to do.
What do you make of his ability now to take punishment? We've seen it when he's fought a guy that has a name. Things haven't gone his way. Collazo and now Berto, both down in those 2 fights.
Look, he's always had tremendous skills, and one thing that he does have, I know because I used to train him, is tremendous power. Yeah. He does have tremendous power, and he works hard. He trains hard, but everybody always questions, the heart or his will to continue. Well, they are hard punches too. That happened with him against Maidana, and man, they were tremendous power punches. Now Berto, he does get hit, and it seems like he goes down with those hard punches. It's something that he has to talk it over with his team and family and see what the decision they make. But like I said, I got nothing bad to say. Actually, you got to respect that they came out with a good game plan. He was ahead. I think he was winning. He just got caught. It happens in boxing.
Yeah, we had him winning actually ringside.
I thought so too.
We told him, and he just kind of gave a shrug.
And that's the first thing I said. Look, he already dropped him. I was telling my guys next to me, he already dropped him. He's winning. He was cut by an accidental headbutt, so it'd be smart for after the just get through the 4th round and it was an accidental headbutt, so they have to go to the scorecards. He was ahead. He would have won. Yeah. But, the thing is that I'm sure that's probably what the team was thinking. He didn't make it through the 4th round. That's the bad thing. But that would have been if he would have made it through the 4th round, I think he was ahead. And, they would have gone to the scorecards.
Last question. Next week, you have a monster in Canelo fighting a guy who has a lot of speed in Amir Khan. But at times hasn't been able to take a lot of punches. If someone were to say Amir Khan wins via unanimous decision, would you tell them they're crazy?
No, it's possible.
Yeah?
It's possible.
Why do you
It
think
definitely is, because you said the monster. I think at 160, the monster is Triple G.
Yeah.
You know, at middleweight, the monster is Triple G. Canelo has tremendous skills. He's a good boxer, counter puncher. He doesn't take too many chances. So he's a smart fighter, and I'm not saying he's gonna just go out and destroy Khan. You know, I'm also not saying that Khan is gonna win convincingly. It's a fight that could go either way. But you know, of course, you know, everybody, myself, we lean toward Canelo winning. But Khan has a chance. You know, Khan is a good boxer, has tremendous speed, and he could do that for 12 rounds and pull off a decision. I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think it's like a Pacquiao De La Hoya type fight in terms of it's going to be Amir just landing these punches and just moving around?
Not at all. Totally different, because Pacquiao at that time when he did that, he was a monster.
Yeah.
He was a monster. He was dominating. He just came in and did what he had to do. He put a beating on De La Hoya. I don't think Khan would do that, but he could win a decision round by round.
Robert, it's always great seeing you. Look forward to working with you again. Thank you so much. Here with Robert Garcia at the StubHub Center in Carson, California, where Andre Berto defeats Victor Ortiz via KO.